Like many others, I was enjoying Kurafest via livestream, because I wasn't invited to it and thus I'm a waste of breath with my 7 out of 10 opinions and I should just kill myself. But you didn't need to be there to experience the hype that came from that surprise trailer drop. Man, what a cinematic that was. The music and the visuals were delicious, and they added just the right amount of new content to up the excitement and not spoil everything. But as gassed as I was about the trailer, I also think there's some really cool insights we could see. So let's take a deep dive and analyze what this story trailer could be hinting at for Wuthering Waves' future in Rena Sita. Man, I remember immediately locking in the live stream when I saw this Carter Thea 2D because I was just like, this has never been seen before, what's going on? And also, even in 2D, they're making sure both genders get the same kind of quality screen time. Okay, what could they be showing us? Is this just a special MV for the Kurafest? Oh, and look at that. See how the gem also enlarged? So I remember in the 2.5 when Filova was getting worried about the fact that she couldn't keep the gem long within her Lost Beyond because its power would grow, and as a result, her Lost Beyond would not be able to be sealed away anymore. Is this what she meant? Because its size can literally change? I mean, look, see, it expanded in real time. Also, by the way, I'm pretty damn sure this is the Fabricatorium. And also, what I think she's doing here is that she's manifesting the Lost Beyond for the first time. And then when she got to realize, that's when Fenrico said, jump her ass and run them pockets. And then, yep, we get to Luther's showcase. It's only been, what, one patch? Still miss her a little bit. Oh, remember the Great Aegon? The whole mystery around that story? And then, oh, look at Augusta, aura farming on the balcony, as all lords do, because you are at the top of Septimont, so you must literally also be at the top of Septimont, and everything before you is under your command. Oh, that's interesting. The light in the dawn of the skies was so bright, but then it sort of gets darker. And then as we zoom into Augusta, the clouds are also quite dark as well, which is already thinking something foreboding is going to happen. But alas, even if there's good days, even if there's bad days, her job is to make sure that Septimont comes out on top. Oh, and also, I love that bit with the music. Just give it a second. You'll hear it. Oh, I love that little chorus when it hits, and then all those trumpets come up. Oh, so cool. And then we get the cameos. Oh. To this day, I think my personal favorite girl is Cantarell. Whenever there's people on the TL just slandering her name, thinking she's some kind of prostitute or something, I want to fight them. How she looks is literal cherry on the top for me. My whole reason for loving her, for absolutely adoring her character, is because of her personality, her selflessness, how far she has been willing to go, ensure everyone in her life is okay. Remember, she sacrificed her opportunity to be the Sentinel Resonator. And do you know how much of the change that could have had to her personal life? And do you know why she sacrificed that? Because she doesn't believe in necessary sacrifices. She just thinks that's kind of like a weak person thinking. Why should someone have to die for the greater good? How about everyone lives for the greater good? I'm not going to deny the goon power from her appearance, but that is literally like 10% of her character. The whole other 90%, she's just top tier wife. If you want to fight me on it, bet. You will lose. And it's funny because they put Cantarella and Zani back to back. They just know the queens of Raguna when they see it. But once again, we see those dark clouds looming over all of Rena Sita. It came through in Septimont, and now it's going to come through to Raguna. Ooh, look at our boy aura farming right there, with Holty on the right hand. God, he looks so cool in the 2D. Such a cool scene as well. As always, the military commanders are so cool. Geshu Lin with his Midnight Rangers, and then we've got Augusta with her gladiators. And also, damn, you know, she looks good in that limelight. The clouds are looming over Septimont. And here, Chi Yuan, what is man's doing in Septimont? He's called the Wandering Swordsman, right? And yet he's wandered into some trouble. Or maybe the trouble has wandered into him. And then it's going to be a whole situation of, I'm not locked in here with you. You're locked in here with me. Because look what's against him. 5 basic ass tacit discords. Even though he's called the Wandering Swordsman, and this is something I did not pick up back when he first got his drip marketing in the 2.4 live stream, still one of the most insane live streams in Wuwa, I think his character is going to be the archetype whereby anything that's in his hands can be deadly. If he sees a spoon that's used for scooping out the rice, he's thinking, oh, that spoon can scoop out your eyes. Now, why I say this is because you see this thing on him? I think that's just a piece of bamboo because I didn't realize that this bottom section here is actually part of the top section here as well. I just thought this was part of his clothes, but no, this is the whole length of his bamboo stick. And that bamboo stick looks to be of the perfect length to be a sword or to be a makeshift sword. And I assure you, there's plenty of characters who have the archetype of being able to make even the most mundane of things a very deadly weapon. And I feel like Chi Yuan is probably going to be that archetype. If there's one character that immediately comes to mind when it comes to this archetype, and let me know if you've seen the show, frickin' Shorf Khan from Thunderbolt Fantasy. His weapon is a literal wooden sword, but that guy is decapitating people left and right. And I suspect Chi Yuan will be doing the same thing too in Renacita or wherever the hell he is right now. Because really, just where is this place? This could be some underground in Septimont. This could be another underwater laboratory. Hell, maybe this is in the skies. We don't know. In terms of what he's doing here, what his motivations are, honestly, his purpose here might be because, well, based on how Buling is very diviner based and using the feng shui to be able to study how things are feeling in a particular region, maybe Chi Yuan came here because he knows that things in Septimont, or should I say Renacita as a whole, are going to get really stuffy, really bad, really soon. And if he doesn't come there, everywhere in Solaris 3 is going to feel the impact of Renacita. So maybe dude's not only a kick-ass swordsman, but he's also a kick-ass clairvoyant kind of person. But then there's also the possibility that he's here to pick up Scar, or namely, get him back to where he belongs. But I appreciate that they don't show too much. If they think numbers always wins the war, I mean, yes, most of the time, but this is not one of those cases. And this is not a war, this is a slaughter. And then we have Galbrina. Okay, before I even talk about her, you lot have seen the Galbrina cosplayer from Kurofest, right? God damn, she is bad. But she's also very fine. I mean, girl's definitely put in the work. What a beautiful angle, whoever the hell took this camera shot. Thank you, my man. You got a beautiful shot of her abs and just her general posture. This was such a wonderful photo because, God, she looks good here. Shout out to the cosplayer who did Galbrina. You did a fantastic job. But back to Galbrina of Wu War's trailer. Oh, you see how it went to the beat drop and then friggin' one wings from her cloak and another wings from her whole aura. She is the anime character in Septimont. But something that's interesting is that it's her right hand that's making all this aura appear. And they say she's not friendly for the ladies. Nope, ladies, I think she's the most friendly because in that hand is all the firepower you'll ever need. And oh my gosh, did I just stop it on a particular frame? Is that an eyeball? Okay, I think I'll have to go through this frame by frame because if I didn't see that frame, I would have missed something. But anyway, as the energy's appearing, I feel like that's kind of got like the motif of a feather. So the blue energy disperses and look at that. That's clearly a snake eye as part of her motif. She's got like the wings of a griffin and then you also have the snake tail. I know there's a particular mythical beast which has these two characteristics or attributes, but I forget the name. It's not in my head right now. Actually, now I think about it, I feel like Galbrina's the only one out of all the resonators that actually looks at you like you're a piece of poop. And I love it. And then we're back in Raguna. And then this, I remember seeing this, I was thinking, okay, this is Wuthering Waves tell us that in these next few patches, we are entering the end game because this is a literal Avengers moment. So be ready, everyone. But of course, I want to now analyze this frame by frame. So as we can see, this is Raguna looking very, very dark right now. And I'm thinking it's because the Dark Tide has probably reached its full potential. Rover will be forced to come back to Raguna in order to have this final standoff against the Dark Tide and also Leviathan. Female Rover, Brand coming through with the assist and they're all just fending off then. Oh, look at that angle. God damn, I am good at this. Oh, got Rochia as well. It's like everyone, the whole entire, oh, I mean, not the whole cast, but the cast before Septimont is all coming in for this Avengers move. Even Phoebe. When we come back to her, please give us an update on Phoebe because I just keep remembering her whole world was destroyed when she learned that Fenrico wasn't really the person she thought he was, as well as the entire order being kind of a sham because they were actually praying to a Thermodian that took on the form of a Sentinel. But now that Fenrico actually had a redemption arc, hopefully her world's going to be a lot brighter again, like she is doing right now. Oh, and then we have Carlotta here doing a dance with Rover, double teaming them tacit discords. Oh, look at that, Chacona's back. If you remember from her companion quest, Chacona was kind of outlawed from Raguna. So I'm very happy that she's finally able to come back. And it's likely because someone probably cleared her name. And then the Order finally woke their eyes up and she's going to be joining with the Rover gang to save Raguna. Oh, it's so good. Peak, peak, peak. And that's why Rover's here. Because look at the odds that they have to fight against. It's a literal tsunami. I keep wanting to talk about this scene because it is an Avengers moment. I don't think Wuthering Waves 1.0, I mean, they sort of had it by the end, but it kind of felt like it was within one patch. But here, this is like, what, 8 patches counting? That's how much build up they've had to this. And it's just like, it's going to pay off so much more than in Huanglong. So that's why I'm like praying that we do go back to Huanglong, because I want a redemption arc in Huanglong. So if they really pull off this landing in Rena Sita with being able to get the whole entire cast together, the whole gang, even with the Septimon people, I'd be so ecstatic. And then that'll just show you that Wuthering Waves, they can make a great story if you give them time to cook. And then Huanglong definitely 100% deserves some kind of redemption arc. It'd be so fire. So good. But it might be a really long time before we ever go back to Huanglong, just based on the trailer's ending, because I think right after Rena Sita, we'll just be heading straight off to New Fed. Yeah. And then Rover, oh no! Drowning in the Wuthering Waves. But no, what does our boy do? Taking on the power of Imperator and splitting that wave. Yep, because that's Imperator's power. And then we transition between Rover, female Rover, Rover again. Treating them equally. Oh yeah. Oh, so that song was such a banger. Did I ever tell you guys that? And then we have Chisa. She's a kawaii high school girl, so she doesn't really need to do much. Eyes brighten up and our days brighten up too. Now, also something interesting is that if you notice in the background, oh, not that background, that's black, you can kind of see buildings, pretty high rise kind of buildings. So, and I'm pretty damn sure this is New Fed. I mean, this does feel like a metropolis I'm looking at right now. So with her being at the end of the trailer, and with this trailer being a story trailer, which is essentially what should be giving us a preview on what events are going to come up, that's why I'm fully suspecting that Chisa, she'll help us enter into New Fed, and then that's how we're going to be starting 3.0. And guess you, Lin, it'll still be a while before we see you guys again, but New Fed, here we come.
But wait, there's more!
It's funny because I thought I was just done, and then Wuthering Waves drops this. By Sun's Scourge, by Moon's Revelation. Hark, blow the hunting horns of Septimont. Dawn breaks on dark tides. Come, embrace the finale of Rena Sita. Based on how there's 2 messages, this implies that 2.6 will be a 2-parter, but then there's also embrace the finale of Rena Sita. And that just completely contextualizes the whole trailer. Because I thought this all was going to be like 2.6, 2.7, 2.8, but no. We are getting this entire goddamn cinematic movie within one patch. And now I'm like a little bit scared because maybe I'm just not ready, but I know Kuro Games, they've proven again and again that you don't need to be worried, because then they beat those warriors to death with peak. So to the people that are complaining about 2.5 being feeling kind of little because there wasn't a lot of events, this is why. All of this is in 2.6. I still can't believe it. Can they really do it? It's all in 2.6. We're going to see Chi 1 in 2.6. We're going to see freaking, if it gets to the part, we're going to see Galbrina in 2.6. And then we're going to also see Chisa in 2.6. We're seeing everyone in 2.6 because apparently this is where the Rena Sita story ends. And so with that information considered, I just want to take a look back at these scenes because this scene here feels like a baton pass. As if Carter Thea is being like, bet, Rover, I know I was the original protector of Rena Sita, but now I'm going to give that duty to you. And then Rover's just like, bet. Let me first take care of things in Septimon, and then I'll go back to Laguna, and all of Rena Sita is going to have the good ending. And of course, this is just like a bit of a recap, that's fine. And then is this like maybe a loop bar after the whole Christophora plot, and then she's just having fun in the tournament? That very well could be happening. And then you got Augusta. And this is probably how 2.6 is going to start. The order says, you know what, we like Leviathan, and then the people of Laguna are just like, we don't like Leviathan, and that's why we all got to come together. Because you see, now think about it, they're like the separate factions. We have the Fool's Troop, and then we have the Thessalias, and then we have the Montellis, all looking towards the dark skies because that is the true enemy in Laguna. Not each other, it's the Thenodian. And this is 2.6 League. And then Rover is going to bring everyone together because, remember, Rover's whole shtick to beat the Lament is to unite humanity. And I feel like Rena Sita is going to be the first time where that actually works because he's been able to unite everyone under the singular goal of beating the Thenodians. And that's going to piss the Fraxes off, but hey, that's a Rover dub. Sure, you got the Rover L in the last patch, but for this patch, it's going to be the dub. And it's going to be a finale of an ending. Oh my gosh. And then to explain Chi 1's appearance, maybe it'll be like, okay, yes, Rena Sita will be ending in 2.6, but then you'll have Galbrina that's probably going to help us tie up loose ends in Rena Sita. And then Chi 1 for maybe the next patch, we'll have like this little break of a side quest in Huanglong. And then finally, we go off to Chiso, who then takes us to New Fed. Not sure if it'll be on Alto's boat, because that dude's still got to go to the insurance company and get that sorted. Because I don't know if there's a policy about getting your money back on an echo whale knocking your boat. It all sort of circles back. We started Rena Sita and Raguna, and we're going to end Rena Sita and Raguna. And this is going to be the players drowning in that Kuro Games peak. I'm slurring my words. This is... I still can't believe all of this is going to be in 2.6. That's a lot to do within one patch to bring this all to a close. All of Rena Sita, but gosh, it's going to be an exciting 6 days once that live stream comes up. Man, I am hype. I am excited. And with the 2.6 live stream coming up on us in a mere 6 days as of this recording, gosh, it's going to be a good time to be a Wuthering Waves fan. Anyhow, I'd love to hear your comments regarding the story trailer. Follow my socials if you want to keep up with your boy, and like and subscribe if you want more from your boy. Much love, and take care.